I think Roger first approached me about the wall after we'd done the album and after we'd done the show. He told me he was writing this piece, The Wall. And there came the day when he called me here in my house and said he wanted to come over to my studio here and play the tapes, which he did. He came and played these tapes of him singing the raw music to a synthesizer. And I mean, I didn't have the musical expertise to realize what it could become. And it was quite an awkward moment when it finished, because, you know, what do you say when a guy's been working for 2 years on something and he says, there you are, what do you think? And I said, oh, you know, it's great, or something like that, something inadequate anyway. And Roger said, oh, God, he said, I just feel as though I've pulled down my pants and shit in front of you. And I know that kind of feeling because, you know, I've spent years presenting drawings to people who've got bewildered eyes and don't know what it is. It's a great moment of vulnerability, really. And so then he and I worked together, really, on working out how he, from the very beginning, wanted to make an album of it, a show of it, and a film of it. And to his credit, he pulled all three off. First of all, the album, where I had to design the characters of the teacher, the mother, the wife, and all the other people. Then all the characters in the trial, the judge, and the prosecuting counsel. And that came first because those had to go onto the album cover, the gatefold. When you opened it up, all these little characters were there. And I think at that point, even that point, I was animating, because with animation taking so long, it has to be begun very early to get it done in time. And so I was animating here in my house with a sort of little batch of animators. And they grew and grew, and they were in the hall, they were in the study, they were in the kitchen. As I say in the book, you know, if you opened a cupboard, an animator fell out. It became impossible, and eventually we had to move to Covent Garden, a place called Cubitt's Yard. And there was quite a big crew there, and they beavered away and produced it. In the meantime, Roger was, of course, perfecting the music, and we were talking occasionally. Nick had a lot to do with the visuals in the early days of Wish You Were Here, but when The Wall started, Roger kind of took over. It was his baby, and he had a very clear idea as to what he wanted. He's a wonderful person to work with because he doesn't interfere with an artist's vision. He thinks if you book an artist to appear, you have what you get. You know, you keep what you get. You don't try and change his work. So he never interfered, but he encouraged, just as he has done with this book. And he's encouraged 100% me to do this book because it's a visual history of everything that we've ever done together, right the way from Wish You Were Here through to, in fact, Pros and Cons, which he did afterwards. So it's all in there. So it was a process of me sort of working independently, and then they all left for France. I think they had to leave the country. And I was left here alone doing animation, and I would fly out to see Roger in France and show him things. I remember doing the album cover on his kitchen table in some place above Vence in France.